In this video we're going to cover the tile functions in Callidus. So we'll start off with the basics. This is just a room or space covered in VCT2. If we want to change the material in the room, we can go to the material selector, select a different material, requantify, and it tells us how much material is in the room, 225 square feet. Waste is 10.7%. That's because it's rounding to the nearest carton, and the perimeter is 57 feet 6 inches. So that's the basics. If we want to change to a different material, a different tile material, requantify. This is VCT2 is set up in the material editor without the carton count, so it's giving us an exact count and only 1.5% waste. If we feel uncomfortable going into a job with 1.5% waste, we can either set a minimum waste factor or an additional waste factor. Probably typical would be a minimum waste factor of 4%, and now we get the 210 square feet. We've also got an additional view of the tile. We can turn off the color button and the seam button, and we can see where waste tile, what would be waste tile, is being applied and used, factory edge, along the left-hand side of the room. The red is where the waste is being captured, and the blue is where it's being used. So those are red and blue hatches. Those are hidden when we show the main view, which is just the color summary view. Now let's go on to some of the more advanced functions in the tile program. If we go to the image browser, select a color for an accent. We've got 3 tool buttons to apply the accent color. One is individual tile, one is border, and one is line tile. So we can indicate lines, borders. We can also use the paint can to flood fill the area. So you've got a lot of different options as far as adding accent tile and infinite colors that you can add for accent tile. So very easy now that's automatically deleting those from the field and adding them as accent colors. If we look at the color summary report, we can see the actual colors on the right hand side, and you can see the one in the middle, the dark blue, has a name on it. The way you add names when you use the tile picker now is to use the ABC button, and you can add names, tile descriptions or names, over in the reference column, and those will come through on your reports. If you need to match a color in the tile picker, you can use the pick a color button, click on a color, and then you can match that color back any place you need to. So that's match to pick a color or match a color is this icon. Now let's take a quick look at the material editor. If we wanted to create a new material, we could simply copy the selected material, probably rename it. Go to the designer, and we can add what we call elements in this designer box. We can change the colors of those tile or elements, and we can shift the position of the tile to create a checkerboard or a brick pattern or whatever we like. We can also add various size tile in the pattern. It does have to be rectangular in shape to work, but we can add various colors, various sizes, and various layouts, which is very nice for ceramic work. So if we put that pattern in the room, we're going to say no, we don't want to keep the accent tile, and now we've got a different pattern, and it's going to list those out on our color summary, which is very nice. So here's the different quantities of the different tile.